Meeting new people is difficult for some of us. And a lot of it has to do with expectation. Because after a certain amount of time, after a certain amount of unpleasant or pleasant but not really our kind of thing interactions, we might start getting an idea in our heads about what to expect from people, about what they have to offer and what we are looking for. Now, we start expecting things too quickly after we start having, these certain foundational experiences in relations to other people. And it's good to remain open because we don't we don't quickly gain the skills to delve deep within someone else, to get them to show themselves to us, and it's not easy for us to show ourselves to them. So sometimes we have to look back on some of those foundational experiences we had when we were younger and with questions and, be like, maybe I didn't know maybe some of what I think is not what I should expect in the future. Because as we age, as we have more experiences, as we have more angles on life, as we view things through various perspectives, as we hear different opinions, as we entertain different opinions, we start to be able to communicate in different ways. So it's always a good idea to leave yourself open to new people, new situations, and perhaps meeting new kinds of people. We might have an idea in our heads of the kind of people that we want to meet, the kind of people that we want to hang out with, the kind of people that we want to even date. And then that kind of limits our perspective into like a very narrow cone. And that keeps us from knowing and meeting people of various kinds that we might dismiss off a hand because we've established this identity of who we are and who we're looking for. But when we leave ourselves open to various kinds of people, you might be pleasantly surprised, or you might be surprised in a bad way, but you can always experience new kinds of things. So it's good to talk to and be open to all kinds of people. I really want spiritual people in my life and have spiritual friends, but when people try to talk to me, I converse with them, and I go out of my way to try to talk to people that I might have previously thought were boring, or perhaps just not my kind of person, or I might have had a bad interaction with, and I make that extra effort to go back in and try to have more interactions with that person or with people in general, of particular kinds, or of people that when I discover some kind of dismissal within myself towards that person, I've been trying to make myself more open to that person once again, or this or that person, and not run away from an unpleasant experience, because then that kind of limits the amount of experiences that we're going to have. Never be afraid of unpleasant experiences when it comes to communication. Never be afraid of failure. If you get nervous in a communication situation, a situation in society, it's okay to back out. Don't feel like you have to be trapped somewhere or with somebody or talking to somebody. But try to use those moments to kind of make yourself focus in on the conversation and keep going, keep on talking. Even if you're nervous, even if your face turns red, even if you start stuttering or you kind of start drawing blanks, just keep the conversation moving forward. It's always good to keep on breathing evenly as well. I've had social issues in the past and problems with communication in the past. That's kind of why I have a little bit of perspective on this. But yeah, I still struggle with communication as well. In public, in society, things like that. Not nearly as much as I used to, but I still struggle with it. But the more interactions you have, the more little connections that are made in your brain. The human brain is very much geared towards desiring human interaction, wanting human interaction, and honestly being able to figure out things and increasing intelligence with the more interactions that we have. Because there's all kinds of stimuli that you get from interaction, whether it be, it's not always just, new information or something like that. There's a whole lot of, kind of subconscious or kind of not necessarily like super conscious. Like there's a whole lot of little interactions physically that people do as far as physical communication that we aren't really aware of consciously, that we just kind of do. But there's all kinds of little connections that are made in the brain, because we're naturally social animals, and our brains grow, and there's more activity in the brain the more interactions that we have. So going out of your way to having little social interactions that maybe you didn't really want to have, but just going out of your way to do those interactions, can also benefit you, just your brain health in general, to be honest. And it's always good to get practice of different kinds of communication and just talking to different people. But yeah, leave your mind open and to all kinds of communication, all kinds of people, and people might surprise you, and your brain will be healthier overall. We shouldn't limit ourselves too much. The vast majority of our limitations are ones that we place on ourselves. And when it comes to communication, that's very true. And who we think we can talk to, who we think that we have chances of talking to, or like becoming friends with, or dating, we place all these limitations on what we think we can do, and then we end up not communicating and not making all these friends that we could have made, or not, even dating people that we could have dated, because we didn't even try. And there's a whole lot of talk about how, take your shot, just try. 100% of the shots that aren't taken are missed. And it is a cliche, and we get tired of hearing that. But it's very important to just, even if you don't like those cliches and you don't want to think of it as like just keep trying, just go out of your way when you don't want to communicate. Reach out to a friend, people that you talk to all the time. Keep on communicating, keep on reaching out. Connections will be made, random, opportunities will happen. And you'll find that you aren't nearly as limited in your ability to communicate and with whom you can communicate if you just keep trying. At any rate, I hope this has been useful. A little bit of a video about communication. Questions, comments, concerns, shoot them down in the comment section below on YouTube. Feel free to share this video wherever you like. Hit that thumbs up down there, like this video. I would greatly appreciate it, and that increases traffic to this channel. At any rate, thank you very much for watching, and hope all of you have a wonderful day.